had the other day led them to believe that he would be okay with this? What about that conversation led y'all to believe that he would be okay with this? I said, now to be fair, wasn't Eric supposed to be on retire years ago? Then they do an episode where he was talking about retiring. I don't know if it was the same episode where he made Steffi and Ridge the co-CEO, but I could have sworn they did an episode where he said he was retiring. But they go out the door, out the window, when you realize that he wasn't really trying to retire, because he always popped up. They'll always do these random scenes where he at the desk or he in the office or something like that. I said, nah, I thought he's supposed to be at the house. Hold up. But yeah, what else? What else? Steffi was telling Fan that she agrees with Ridge about Eric retiring. Daphne tried to tell Ridge now that she don't think that, they should count him out. But Ridge took it offensively. He definitely took it offensively. And the last thing is that Donna was trying to get Eric to see that he needs to find balance. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life Justice for the Bold and Beautiful, December the 5th, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Now, first of all, I thought they said on today's episode they was going to say what was going on with Eric. I could have sworn they said they was going to say what was going on with this man. They did not. They did not. They still just talking, making little hints about into his dying days and stuff like that, but they didn't fully say, okay, this is what's supposed to happen to him. But yeah, on today's episode, we're going to start with Eric and Donna. So Eric over here, he in the little design room area, whatever it's called, and he working on design stuff. And I said, he don't listen. I said, Ridge, I think it went in the ear and out the other ear. I think what you said went in one ear and out the other ear, because he's still back. He's still back or whatever. He done made all these designs and stuff. He was ready to show Ridge. He was telling Donna how he think that Ridge going to change his mind once he see the designs and stuff. So I'm wondering if he's going to go through there after Eric leaves, if Eric leaves, because at this point, I don't know if he's going to leave. They trying to make him leave, though. I said, what they going to do, have him escorted out? Can they do that? I think they can. I think they could put it to a vote, can't they? Can't they put it to a vote? And Steph already said how she feel. But yeah, Eric wants to show Ridge his designs. Donna was talking to him about taking it easy and stuff like that, because he went to bed at 3 a.m. Excuse me. And she was saying how she's concerned. And he got offended. I said, like father, like son, because Ridge definitely got offended when Daphne was telling him what he already knew anyways. What you offended for? You already knew he wasn't going to be okay with this. He told you the other day he didn't want to do retire or nothing like that. He wanted to design. So why are you offended? But yeah, Donna was concerned. She was concerned about himself and everything. He got offended. He ends up telling her that she sounds like Ridge, and she was like, she just trying to look out for him and just recommended that he find a balance or whatever. Eric ends up saying how he thinks that Ridge will see things his way. I said, shoot. Meanwhile, across the hall, well, not across the hall, because they right there, right in the next room, they over here got the little banner up saying, what did it say? Congratulations, something about retirement or something like that. I said, this man don't want to retire. Y'all hard to hear this, so he don't want to retire. But yeah, they got a sign up. They done brought the little chocolate liquor cake and stuff. What else did they have? Carter and Daphne showed up. Stephanie and Phil was across the hall talking about she agrees with Ridge. They almost lost Eric before, and it's time for him to retire, but she's worried about how he's going to react. I said, the fact that y'all worried about how he going to react shows y'all know doggone well he ain't ready. I mean, sometimes you got to help people realize what they need to do, but at the same time, if it ain't, remember last time, his hands were shaking and stuff like that, but lately, I don't think that's been happening, has it? I think now if that happened again, then yeah, but right now, no. So Daphne came in with Carter. And they were just talking about their appreciation for Eric and stuff like that, and they hope that he understands things. And she was like, where she from, they don't try to kick out elders or whatever. And Eric got offended. Not Eric, Ridge got offended. And she also said how they shouldn't count him out. Maybe he has more to offer. And I said, exactly. So Ridge got offended and end up asking Finn when he came in. Talking about, so Finn, you the doctor, right? What do you think? Finn ends up agreeing, saying about last time and his health, and he agrees with Ridge now that Eric does need to retire. And so Ridge ends up texting Eric to come. Eric came in there, and Donna pointed out the banner and stuff. He looked at it, and he said, I ain't finna retire. What's wrong with you? No, that ain't what he said. Wait, I think I skipped something. Hold on. Stephanie concerned about how Eric will respond. Thinks Eric needs to prioritize his health. Ridge tell Eric it's time for him to rest or whatever. And he was like, what if I want to? He was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this or whatever. Ridge go tell him, yes, you is. Yes, you are. And I said, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh. And they still supposed to be arguing on next week's episode. Also, on next week's episode, Hope and Liam getting married, and Sheila wasn't invited. I said, oh, she about to crash the doggone wedding. Hold up. But yeah, I said if she crashed that wedding, Deacon definitely gonna be done with her. He definitely gonna take offense to that. He barely wanted to come back as it is. But yeah, they showed a preview for next week's episode. If you didn't see today's episode, at the end of the episode, they showed a preview where Ridge and they was still talking about the same thing. Then they show Belle, I about to call her Hope. Belle performing a ceremony for Hope and Liam. Deacon's there, but Sheila's not. Sheila's in Taylor's office. I thought Taylor was gonna show up. She didn't. I thought for sure Deacon was gonna ask her to come, or some type of way she was gonna end up there or whatever. But no, cause Sheila there and Taylor telling her that she's not thinking about crashing the ceremony, is she, or whatever. And she was like, she made a comment about her being crazy or something. And I think Sheila said something about crazy. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I had to go back and look at it. But yeah, Sheila's highly upset. She slammed something down. And I said, yep. I said, that ain't the worst of it, though. Your husband got feelings for the therapist over here. Your husband only came back because she said so. He didn't want to come back. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.